Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with part 2 of our mixed media paper. This is to make tags, pockets, and journal cards for the Fairy Magic journals. So there's a little bit of a delay between part 1 and part 2, but I'll talk about that in a second. But this is what they looked like. In case you missed the part 1, you might want to go back and check it out and see how we created this incredible texture and crackle. It's absolutely gorgeous. Rustic, grungy, and beautiful. So we are going to cut these so that they are, cut them in half so that they are 6 inches wide each piece. And or maybe I will go ahead and make the decide the shapes that I want, and then I can emboss each of them separately. So let me just talk to you about that a quick second. I pulled some embossing folders out. This one is new. I found this wood grain one that I'm hoping will come in handy for the fairy journals, so I thought we'd give that a try. And then just some regular embossing folders, some of my favorites here as well. I thought this would be fun for the fairy journal, just to do some embossing with the butterflies. And then we've got, I have never used this one, and I think it's really beautiful. I thought this would be fun, maybe even for our little, where's our little dragon? Dragon, where are you hiding? Dragon, where are you? Where's our dragon? Oh, right there. There's our dragon. I thought that one would be fun to do the dragon, so we'll see. I don't want to waste a bunch of it either. And I did have to lay this under some stuff for quite a while because it is mixed media, so it is thickish and kind of stiff. So, and then I've just got some other script one that I love, and then some more 3D embossing folders. So unfortunately, guys, once I purchase these, for some reason, I can never find them again. So just Google or search Amazon for Sizzix 3D embossing folders, and you'll probably find some that you love. So but like this one, I know I cannot find it, so it's one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and just set those to the side here, and I'll talk with you a little bit about the delay here. So I had put part 1 up before I went on my trip, and it's been an insane week, just an insane week. And then Friday, after work, I went to get a pedicure because I was desperately in need of some corrective measures, and got rear-ended on my way home. And so that has just waylaid me in multiple ways. So this is Saturday evening now, the day after. So I'm going to try to do this, and hopefully I will make sense and won't mess this up too much, but I am okay. I went to urgent care. I got a boot on my left foot because the x-ray was sketchy, and the doctors couldn't agree whether or not it was actually a hairline fracture or not, and so they just gave me the boot and said 7 to 10 days. If it's not better, they'll re-x-ray. So that's what we're going with currently. So I'm hoping that it's not broken. So there we go. So I'm just going to cut this at the 6-inch mark here. I know you guys can't see all of that, but I'm just going to, I don't have to cut it at 6 inches because I'm going to do this differently. So let me think about this a little bit better. So I think this one would make a really good, like a journal card, because I can be a little bit wider and a little bit taller. So let's start with that instead. I'm trying to guard my little guy here. So let's try this differently. So, they don't always make great pockets because they tend to be pretty thick, but we're going to see. I think I'm going to go about there because that seems, but we're going to lose our dragon, so I'm going to go over a little bit more because I want to try to retain that dragon. I'm going to lift this up. Oops, I have to get the, I don't have to. I can run it this way. Goodness gracious. And I'm on muscle relaxer, so if I sound a little loopy, that'll probably be why. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up here, from bottom to top. Yikes, it's tough. And then we're gonna go ahead and make this one into a journal card. So I'm just gonna try to frame it here underneath that natural. I like what happened here. I wish it was straight, but it's not. So that's okay though. We don't have to have things be perfect. So I'm gonna kind of just go about right there. You know what? I could actually fix that. I think I'm going to try to fix it. Yes, let's do that. And if I lose my fairy, my little dragon, I lose my little dragon. So that's still not straight. Goodness gracious, Cara-Renee. Let's try that again. So the urgent care doctors also did x-ray my lower back as well. And there's nothing of particular concern there. So I was glad of that. I'm going to cut this edge just a little bit. Oh, goodness, we are not. What the heck? Okay, so now I've got to use that as my straight edge. Goodness gracious. My apologies, guys. This could be a crapshoot, just so you know. I'm not at my best here at all. And it was a long day. It was about, I don't know, it was 4 hours, over 4 hours at urgent care. So that was not the way I wanted to spend my Saturday morning. But such is life, right? There we go. So now she's a little bit more squared up. I feel really good about that. I'm not going to really decorate these on camera. I might pick a couple and do a little bit of something with them. But look at how amazing that is. It almost looks like this down here is some steps or a path or something. Is awesome. So let's put that one aside. And let's go ahead and I want to try to at least retain this space for my my little dragon, my she-dragon. Where'd you go, she-dragon? She's very faint. Look at her. Isn't she so cute? I don't know if we can do that or not, but we're going to give it a try. Let's just get this in here and see if we can kind of see where it needs to go. Yeah, I should be able to, but unfortunately it means I'm going to have to cut some off the top. So I'm going to do that, and you know, I will use these bits for something else, so nothing really goes to waste. This will make a great scrap for clusters or something. So let's see if that is good now. Yeah, it's really not going to work because unless we go this way with her, which I guess would work as well, we could make it into, no, it won't. She's too close to the edge. So we're not going to be able to frame her. So I'm probably not going to use that one at all. So that's okay. So let's go ahead and look at this one. And I think this one would make a really good tag. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to take much off because I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to take off. I'm going to make this about 3.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to trim off that excess and keep that yumminess. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy. And that's a perfect tag. So we'll cut that tag shape too. Let me just trim that edge off, and I will back these with some paper later. I will probably stitch around them as well. I just cut that crooked. I'm off camera. Let me fix that. Oh, for Pete's sake. Pete and Joanne and whoever else you want to blame. So that's perfect. Perfecto. So that'll be a tag. And then our little, I keep losing our little guy. So there he is. So I'm thinking I want him to be a tag, her to be a tag as well. So I think I'm going to go the same. I'm going to go about 3.5 inches wide, except that I'm going to cut into the fairy dress. I think I'm going to go down to 3 inches, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. And I'm just going to go down part way because I want to retain this bottom section in case I want to do something else. Just go back and see if I can figure out where's my edge there. Looks like about right there. So I'm gonna get that in there and just give that a slice the other way. There we go. And I'm just gonna go to that cut line. I know you guys can't see all of this, but that's the plan right there. So that's going to make a darling tag as well with our little she dragon. Ah, she's so precious. I think she's one of my favorite images in the whole kit. So I'm thinking that this right here would make a good journal card because it's got the dress, the fairy dress. So let's do that. And so usually I make the pockets. Pockets are tough though, guys. I think I'm just going to make a journal card. Pockets don't really work with this thicker paper, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a journal card out of it. I'm going to go about there. And we'll just round the corners on that. That moved. So let me see if I can make sure that's straightish. Nope, it looks fine. Something else isn't straight, but isn't that beautiful too? I love what happened here. It's just magical. You can't control it. You could never replicate this, you guys. It's impossible to do the same exact thing again. So I'm going to do another tag because I really love all the things that are going on in this area. I love this dark part. So let's go ahead and make a tag out of that. So I think we're going to go 3.5. Like so. Another tag. Beautiful. And then we will oh, and I'm gonna get I got the Sizzix switch, so we're gonna pull that over and we're gonna play. So I think this just needs to be, I almost want to cut this into like a heart shape or something. So I might hold on to this piece just because I like it. It's a little bit odd to do anything else with. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that and use a die cut and make a heart out of it. So this is our other master board. We don't have to be quite as particular because I didn't put any focal images on this one. And this was the one I did off camera. Well, I did it while I was, working on the other one, but I didn't show you the process because it was exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and, this one feels a little thinner. I'm thinking I might try to make some pockets out of this. So let's just make a couple pockets and see if we like it. So I'm going to go, that's probably a little tall. So I'm going to go 3.5 inches tall. Like so. And then my journals are usually 5.25 is the width of a page. So let's see if we can make that happen. 5.25. So there we've got a nice pocket. This doesn't feel as thick for some reason, even though it's exactly the same as this. I think that this one has more layers of paper than this. So this is much more flexible. So we will take advantage of that and make more pockets. This would make a nice belly band. Let's see. Let me get my ruler, guys. I finally had to take that dang boot off because it hurts my back because I'm walking uneven. I'm figuring it out, but it's definitely not comfortable. So this is only less than 7 inches, so I don't want to make a belly band out of that. So let's make another pocket. I feel like it's not even, but my text stamping might not be even. That might be what I'm seeing. So again, we want to go 5.25 ish, like so. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful. And then so that'll be another great scrap. And then let's make a couple of tags out of this as well. I love this area over here for a tag. So I'm going to just flip that around. And we're going to go with 3.5. It's a good size tag, so I'm just going to stick with that. Okay, so that is too tall, so we're going to get another scrap out of that. That's okay. So let's go 6 inches, 6.5 inches, or 6.5. And then we'll get a nice little bit here for something. Probably make some clusters with that. So that's another tag. We're almost done with this part, guys. I know it's taking forever. So let's do let's do a journal card and a tag out of this, or maybe 2 journal cards. So let's go, oh, that's not even. Let me straighten that edge out. Okay, and then let's go, we only need to get a tag out of it. So let's make the tag first so that we know what we're working with here. So we'll go 3.5 with the tag again. I like that width generally. So we'll have to cut that down as well. So let's see how long she is. Way too long. Yeah, she's almost 8.5 inches tall. So I think I would prefer to take some off the bottom in this case because I like that turquoise that we're seeing. And I think I'm going to go 7 inches with this tag. I'm going to go a little high because I need to even out that top edge. So I'm just going to flip that over, stick it back in, and straighten that out. So there's another tag. And I think we can get 2 journal cards out of this. Or we could get 2 skinny tags. What do you think? How wide is this? 5. I think it's a little bit too narrow. So let's just go ahead and make a couple of let's make a pocket. Let's make another pocket and a journal card. So I'm going to go with a little deeper pocket here. I'm going to go 4 inches. So that's a journal card, and I will round those edges and whatnot. And then this one we'll leave as it is. Let's make sure it's nice and even though. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good, and that looks good. So we'll leave that as it is. So let me get this out of the way, and we're gonna pull over the fancy machine. I played with it a little bit, not a lot. There's been a whole heck of a lot going on. So let me just reach for it here. I'm not oh, it's not plugged in. I'm gonna have to go around the table and plug it in. My apologies, I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have to back this camera up a little bit. Here we go. And I'm going to plug her in. So this machine is epic. I don't know if you guys have one or not. I do have to kind of make sure I leave room for it to go back. So I'm going to have to move it kind of close to me. Try to get it centered here for you. So I put little casters on it just so that I can roll it to my table. So I put casters on it, which are nice and handy. So let's fix that. Okay, so we're going to power her on. I'm going to get refamiliarized with this whole little beautiful machine. So let's start with this one. This is one of my favorite images. So I think I want to just put some text on this one because I don't really want to take away from the image. So I'm going to go ahead and use this embossing folder, and I'll show you the sandwich here in a second. Just going to kind of center it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And my plates are handy dandy right here. I had to really move things around in here to make room for this thing. So here's my plates, and so it's got these great directions for your sandwich, like just really, really, really cool. So this is the extra plate for when you are doing framelits, thinlits, and more intricate dies. So we won't be needing that right now. And then this tells you what your sandwich is for different things. So we're going to be doing an embossing folder. So I think a regular embossing folder is just like this area here, or maybe it's this one. Hold on. 3D texture switchlets. I think I did it on this one, so it's just a normal sandwich. So this is going to go in. I apologize, you're not going to be able to see all of this, but this is going to go in right here. I guess I could kind of move this and then move it back out. There we go. And then we're going to put one plate on the bottom. I found it much more intuitive than the Big Shot, just so you know. It's electric. It's worth the money. I'm going to tell you that right now. Whoa. 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 I've got to move this back out so I have room. So I'm just putting my my embossing folder in here. And I'm going to get my other plate, and then I'm going to show you the magic. Okay, hold on, machine. Just don't get ahead of me. There we go. Just making sure that everything's lined up back there. There we go. You just get it going, and it just feeds the baby through. Look at that. I'm just going to move it as we go, so I have room to have it come out on the other side. Sweetness. I don't have enough room in front of me though, guys, because my shelf is right there. Let me see. Let me show you. Ah, I don't want you to run my finger through. Goodness gracious. Okay, so this is what she looks like. That's the embossing. And I will highlight that probably with some gold ink. In fact, let's just do that so you guys can see what that really looks like. So I'm going to get a little bit of my gold paint and a little piece of parchment so I can show you what that looks like. Actually, let me just use this little piece of plastic. And let me move this mama. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of the paint on my little plastic thing. And then what I do is I like to just take my finger and I kind of dab it off like this so I don't get too much. And then you just kind of rub it across that texture. You do get some on the base of the card or the substrate, but it's pretty darn epic. And I'll hold it up here in a second and show you, because it's going to catch the texture not only from the embossing that we just did, but also the texture from all the mixed media beautiful work that we did. I don't think we're going to decorate any on camera today because we're already at 23 minutes and really virtually have done nothing but talk. So, but you guys will be able to see how I decorate them. I always put that in the photos at the end. So just a little bit more here on the bottom and then in the middle where the door is. So I wanted this script because I didn't want the door to disappear completely. So there she is. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. I never get tired of that. Never, ever, ever. So let me just wipe my finger off. So that's the plan there, guys. So we're going to do a variety of different folders here. I will speed some of this up so that it's not too long. And I think I'm going to try to move my machine sideways and see if that will help me do this a little bit better. So when I switch to a 3D embossing folder, I will probably slow it down and talk with you so you know what sandwich it uses. So when we get there, so I'm going to try to churn this way, and I should have thought of this earlier. That will probably work beautifully. So let's take a peek at what else we want to do here. So we've got some journal cards we could do. We've got a pocket and a journal card. So let's go ahead and do those two. And so I'm thinking actually I'd like to try the butterflies with this one. I'm just hoping that this is a journal card so I can turn it either way that I want. So I'm thinking I want to do the butterflies here like so, and I'm going to probably lose some of that landscape there on the side, but that's okay. But I just thought that would be really pretty, except I want the big butterfly for sure. So I'm going to move it down like so, and we'll see what we get. So this is, again, it's just pretty much a regular embossing folder, so the sandwich is going to be the same. So I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm going to pick up the whole lot of it and put it in my machine. I did a ton of embossing just like that, because you're not having to work so hard. Like, you're not killing yourself trying to get things to go through the machine. So let me see what this looks like. Except now my writing is going a different way, but that's okay. So let's see what we want to do with this. Maybe we'll use let's see. I think I'll show you in the photos at the end what I did with this, because I've got to go over there and get other inks, so I'm not going to do that. But you can see the butterfly here. and then it goes all the way up here. I think that's going to be pretty, even though now my writing is going the other way, my script, but that is okay with me. So let's try something else. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part. I'm going to use a couple of different regular embossing folders, and then we'll switch over to the 3D and I'll slow it down for you. So again, my friends, if you have any trouble with hand strength and arm strength, this was the bomb. Like, I am very, very, very happy with it. So super, super thrilled with it. So here's another one with the script, with a different script. So I will also highlight that with some gold paint as well. That's the one with the little dress on it. Purdy, purdy. So I'm going to switch over really quick to the 3D embossing folders. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So let's go ahead and try the wood grain, the 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to pull one of these. I think this one would be really pretty in here, although it's too tall. So I'm going to find one that's not quite as, well, that's our little our little guy. I think this one would be okay. We're just going to lose a little bit on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the folder. And when you're using these, you just want to make sure that you've got the one that the side that has the information is the one that you want to have up. So just in case you're curious, I'm putting it to this far side because I want to catch that knot in it. So let's just take a peek at the sandwich here. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in so we can take a look here. Well, I guess I have to look at it, don't I? So this is texture fades, so this one is the same. So it's the two regular plates. So what is this one then? So these must be a thicker one. I guess we're going to find out together. I can't quite remember. So we're going to go ahead and go with the same sandwich we've been using and see what happens. So let's just slide that in. You have to be careful not to slide it in too far because it'll try to start working when you're not ready for it to work. And so let's see if this was the right setting. I did do some die cutting. It's always frustrating when that happens, but it's just kind of the nature of the process. So come on. Nope, not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Okay, there we go. Let's see if she's going to go. Oh, 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 nope, nope, nope. Off, off. Uh-oh. Wonder how you get it back out. Well, that's a problem. Shoot. Okay, I will be right back after I solve this, you guys. Okay, I got her out, didn't break the machine, so thankfully. So this must be a texture fade. This must be one of the 3D texture impressions, which means it only needs a plate on the top. I should have remembered that because it's similar to the Big Shot. So let's try that. I also found this was really resilient. I actually watched a creator do an unboxing of this machine, and she discovered some of the same things as I did. So it's very resilient. So, oh, plate needs to go on top, Cara-Renee. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Yep. So similar to the Big Shot, you're going to know if you've got too much resistance and something's wrong. But look at the ease. Hands-free. Hands-free, like crazy. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what this wood grain did. I'm excited about this. So this is going to be hard to see. Oh, I think I did it. Nope, I didn't do it backwards. Why is it on? Look at how different it is. I think this was backwards. But I had it in the right way. Weird. Okay, so look at that. But it's probably going to be okay. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with that one. But again, you guys will be able to see that in the photos at the end because I don't want to keep you too long. I wasn't planning on this being like a tutorial on the machine, but it just so happened to work that way. I do want to do these leaves. This is one of my favorite embossing folders. So let's go ahead and do that with one of these. Let's see if this one's too... Oh, that one's cut though. We started to cut that one. So I'm going to have to cut that one down. So I will come back to that as well. Actually, let's do it right now. My cutter's right here. Hold on. That's where we tried to slice it all the way from the top, the bottom. So let's go ahead and try this one since we're right here. I just want to be respectful of your time. I'm trying to do better at that. So there we go. And so our plate goes on top because it is the 3D Impressions folder. So you can see I just did a little bit of guiding and it pulls it all the way through. It's epic. You do have to kind of help it on the other side because it doesn't have anywhere to drop. So it kind of wants to get a little bit stuck. So oh, this one's going to be gorgeous. This is going to be with the gold as well. So you can see those that leaf embossing. That's going to be gorgeous. Okay, let's see what else we have. I also thought this one would be fun. I don't think I've really used this one much, but it's got a great pattern on it as well. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see if we've got something here that would be nice to do a tag in this. I think just one of these more plainer ones that doesn't have a lot of design to it. We're just going to lose just a tad bit on the bottom. So I think I'd rather lose some of this end. So I'm going to stick it in this way, and we're going to go for that. Get my platform again. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is scrumptious. Look at that texture. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take some minutes and go ahead and put the gold on some of these so you guys can see more of what that looks like, because I don't want to kind of leave you hanging. So I think I'm going to call it good for running things through the machine. Actually, I think I want to do one more. I lied. This is a tag. Let's do this tag in the rose folder. This is another one of my favorites. I know I keep saying that, but I have many favorites. So if you guys are thinking about an investment and you do a lot of embossing or die cutting, this is worth every penny that I paid for it. So, love it. No more hand crank. There we go. Awesome. And as I'm sitting here thinking, I might like take this one and make some die cuts out of it or something different. But look at this one. Look at those roses. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to turn her off, and I'm just going to roll her. Literally, I'm going to roll her out of the way. It's so beautiful. And I do want to grab another ink because I think I want to do that one in an ink. So which one was that? Not the wood grain. You know what? I think I'm going to do them all in the gold. Oh, that was one we were going to save for a heart. And oops. Is this one the one with paint on it already? Pardon me. Ugh. For Pete's sake. Yes, this is the one we already did. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Okay, So I know I could go on and on and on and on with that. I just am feeling like this one needs some dark ink. So I'm going to see if I've got something dark right here in my little cart. I don't know if I do. Let me just take some stuff out here and uncover what might be underneath. I don't think I have anything darker. I've got a black, but I think that's two. Give me just a quick second and let me grab the color that I want. I keep my inks over in one of the cabinet parts of the Collage unit. So these are my archival inks I've had forever and a day. So I'm thinking I want something dark-ish, but I'm not sure what. So let's just see what we got. Blue, no. I'm gonna take some of these out because it's too full to explore. We don't want plum. We don't really want that teal. It's not the right color. No, pink, black, green, green, sap green. What about fern green? I wonder how that would be. I thought I had a really dark brown. I don't think coffee is really that dark. Let's just go ahead and try the coffee. I'm thinking it's not really that dark, but I'm gonna grab one of my brushes here, and I'm just gonna grab my vintage photo one and kind of wipe this off if I can find a towel. Just in case, I don't want that to be affected too much, so let's give it a try. Cannot really see it. So, no, can you guys see that any better? Oh, I guess you can. I guess you can a little bit. I'm gonna go. What do you say? Go all in. I'm gonna grab the black, and I'm going to grab a different sponge here. Pardon my reach. This is my black one. So let's just try it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, that's much better. It's darkening up everything though, so that's just something to keep in mind. I don't know, I think that that embossing folder was backwards because it's not really showing. I mean, it just feels like that should be the opposite way. But perhaps I'm just not thinking about that correctly. But I like this just as much, so I will be cutting off this bottom piece that didn't get any texture. So let's do that, and I want to do the gold on this one. So let me grab my little plastic piece here. I'm going to zip through some of this, guys, so I don't keep you too long. Oh, this one's going to be gorgeous with the gold. Oh my goodness. Oh my heavens. This is incredible. I know I get very excited about my own work, guys. I'm not trying to be prideful at all. It's just magical what happens when you use products and try things out and stuff. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's so rich. Oh my word. Oh my goodness gracious, that's gorgeous. Okay, let's get that over there. And then this one didn't have anything on it either, so I'll come back to that off camera. And that one didn't either. This one had the roses. We definitely want to do the gold on the roses. So I'm just laying my finger kind of flattish on the surface, as flat as I can, so that my tip doesn't get into the base of the card. Oh my gosh, these are so gorgeous. I don't think they need a thing. Not a thing. Wow, look at that. Put that more up here. Go around the edges a little bit. Look at that. Okay, we just have one more and then I'm going to let you go. So this one was the other one with some script on it. Just love this effect, you guys, so much. It changes a collage masterboard in ways that are just unimaginable. Like, it just transforms it into this other, you know, just, oh, I don't even have words for it. It makes something very plain, very beautiful. You know, because the masterboards, especially the pink one, the pink toned one I did, was not all that remarkable, and not like the green one like that I'm working with here. And so look at that. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. I will take some photos and I'll show them at the end of the video, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.